Parshas Tetzaveh. This is the Shmuz adapted from the Shmuzin of Moran Hagoyin, Reb Henoch Leibowitz Zecher Tzadik Livrocha. It says in the Pasuk in Parshas Tetzaveh, Chof Ches, Pasuk Aleph. Perik Chof Ches, Pasuk Aleph. It says in the Torah, Va'ato hakrev elecha es Aaron achicha. You, Moshe Rabbeinu, should bring close to you your brother Aaron, ve'ezbono v'itoi, and his sons with him, mitoch b'nei Yisrael l'chahanei li. Simply, the pasuk is talking about that the Rebbeinu Shalom is saying that Moshe should bring close to him Aaron, his brother, Aaron Achicha, that they should become Kohanim to serve Hashem. Aaron, your brother, and his children. Bring them close to you, that they should become L'chahanei li, they should be the Kohanim. That's the simple. Chazal have a different take on this. And the Chazal interpret Va'ato, you should bring close to you, not simply to be close to you, to become Kohanim, but be Mekarev him. Be Mekarev him. Don't be merachek him. Don't make a distance between the two of you, but bring him close to you. What does that mean? So the Chazal explain. Amru, they said, Bishor sheyorad, the Chazal said, Bishor sheyorad Moshe misinai, when Moshe Rabbeinu came down from Har Sinai, V'ro Yisrael ba'osei Maisa, and he saw Yisrael, Jewish people, with that thing, with that Maisa, making a golden calf. Hibit bi Aaron, he looked at Aaron, V'hoyo makish olav b'kurnos. Aaron was banging on this golden calf with a hammer. V'hu lo niskavein ela la'akvam. Chas v'shalom. Aaron was not joining them in making a golden calf and making an idol. Chas v'shalom. But the truth was that he only meant to delay them Ad sheyered Moshe, until Moshe Rabbeinu comes down. Moshe Rabbeinu was not coming down yet, and Aaron was started banging on the golden calf to stall them, to delay them until Moshe Rabbeinu will come down. Moshe hoya sofor, and Moshe thought shehoya Aaron Shutafi mohen. Moshe thought that Aaron was partners with them. He was together with them. For hoya belibay olav, in his heart he had something against Aaron. Moshe Rabbeinu comes down, he sees Aaron banging with the hammer. He thought surely that Aaron joined them. Amalei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So Hashem said, Moshe, Yodeya ani kavanosi shel Aaron. Kavanosi shel Aaron. Moshe, I know the true intent of Aaron. Heich hoiso l'toiva, that it was only for good. It was only to delay them. That's what it says in Chazal. And so now Hashem is saying, and now be hakrev elecha and Hakrev Elecha, Hakrev Elecha, Es Aaron Achicha V'Zbona V'Toy. Now, a new translation of the pasuk: be mekarev him. Don't be merachik him. You want to be merachik him. You want to put a distance between yourself because you think he's building an egel. He's joining the people of Klal Yisrael, whoever is making this golden calf. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu was saying, look, I know the truth. I know what's going on in his heart. He only meant it to stall, as a delaying tactic. So be makarev Aaron. Be makarev him. Bring him close to you. Bring him close to you. And the question is, why was Moshe Rabbeinu cheshid? Why did he suspect Aaron that Aaron was in cahoots with whoever is making the idol? We know it says in the Torah pasuk, "B'tzedek tishpeit amisecha." We know there's a pasuk in the Torah that you have to be done. You have to judge a person l'kavschus. Instead of l'kavchoiva, to find fault with the person, you're supposed to find schusim. And why is Moshe Rabbeinu cheshid, suspicious of Aaron, that he's joining them in making a golden calf? It's a pasuk in the Torah. It's a chiyuv d'oraisa, that when you see somebody doing something that seems to be wrong, and the Gemara seems to say that even if it's far-fetched, that you can't say that he's doing something right. You're supposed to anyway judge him with righteousness. You're supposed to be done the kavschus. So, Gewalt, Moshe Rabbeinu, how could he suspect his brother Aaron to be doing such a terrible, terrible thing? That's one question. The next question is that Rashi says on this same pasuk, "Va'ato hakrev elecha," which simply means that Aaron should be the kohen. When should it be? La'acha, Rashi says, La'acha shetigmar meleches hamishkan. After you have completed the construction of the Mishkan, that's when you should appoint Aaron to be the kohen. The Rashi Mefoirash explains Rashi a little bit clearer, and he says that when the Rebbeinu Shalom says appoint him to be the kohen, it doesn't mean immediately. It means because they actually became kohanim only by levishas habagodim. They had to wear the bigdei kahuna, v'havosam lemishkan, and bringing them to the Mishkan. In other words, after. So what does it mean here? Make Aaron and his children the kohanim, and hakavona sheyakrivim la'acha shetigmer meleches hamishkan. They had to be brought to the Mishkan in order to become kohanim, and the Mishkan had to be built after the Chet Egel, after they sinned. That's when they built the Mishkan, and after the Mishkan was finished, that's when Moshe Rabbeinu had to appoint Aaron to be the kohen. In other words, when Moshe Rabbeinu came down from Har Sinai, he wasn't installing Aaron to be the Kohen until a lapse of time. There was a lapse of time. They built an egel in between, and the Mishkan was finished. That's when Aaron had to be installed as the Kohen. So the question is here, according to Chazal, that Chazal explain that Moshe Rabbeinu was told now, according to this deeper pshat, that Moshe Rabbeinu was told to be makarev him. Don't be merachik him. You want to be merachik him, you want to cause a distance between this because he's building a golden calf? No, be makarev him. He only meant well. He only meant well. And this was with a lapse of time. It wasn't only when Moshe Rabbeinu came down from the mountain, but it was after the Chet Egel and after the Melechas HaMishkan, after the Mishkan was made. That's when he was supposed to be installed. So, if that's so, then another reason that Moshe Rabbeinu should not have been choshed, should not have suspected Aaron, because there was a lapse of time, and surely Aaron must have vindicated himself. He must have vindicated himself because there's a mitzvah of the Torah that if somebody suspects you of something, you have to yisem nekiyim me Hashem u'mi Yisrael. You have to clear yourself. So surely Aaron was vindicated himself and cleared himself. So Moshe Rabbeinu should not have been suspicious of Aaron anymore. Why is Moshe Rabbeinu judging Aaron l'kav chayva? The first question was just simply, it's a pasuk in the Torah, but tzedek tishbot am yisecha. You're supposed to always judge a person favorably, judge a person but tzedek, with righteousness. And secondly, since there was a lapse of time, Aaron surely vindicated himself, and if he vindicated himself, he told him, Moshe, my intention was only to delay them. Then Moshe Rabbeinu should have understood that he should have accepted it, and he should not have been choshed Aaron anymore. We see from here how very, very difficult it is to judge a person favorably. And perhaps we can speculate that the reason that Moshe Rabbeinu had such a hard time of judging Aaron for favorably, possibly because it's hard to break first impressions. Because when Moshe Rabbeinu came down from that mountain and he saw Aaron banging with the hammer on the golden calf, surely that was like a first impression that was hard to break. Once you see such a thing, that enters your mind that's it. And that's why possibly, we're speculating, that's why possibly that Moshe Rabbeinu had a very difficult time fulfilling this chiyuv d'oraisa, this mitzvah of the Torah of b'tzedek tishbot am yisecha. So the Musar Haskel is that it's so hard to judge a person favorably. B'shas Maisa, when he came down from the mountain, and even after a lapse of time, where Aaron surely vindicated himself, even then, that first impression is still lingering on. So this is something that we have to work on. Even Moshe Rabbeinu had difficulty with this. And we have to train ourselves to see the good in the other person. And we have to train ourselves, b'tzedek tishpoi tamisecha, and it's not easy. And the Eibusher should help us. We should be zoicha to judge each one favorably, and in that schus will be zoicha to Aramas Karen HaTorah, will be as Goel Tzedek, b'mheira b'yameinu. Amen.